My wife Emily thinks I'm stupid. She's probably right about a lot of things, but not about this. Not about the way she tilts her phone away from me when it buzzes at dinner, or how her late nights at the office coincidentally started the same week Derek Halston joined her law firm. Not about the new lingerie I've never seen her wear, or the gym membership she uses, but never seems to get any stronger from. Before we dive deeper into this story, I have one small request. Please subscribe, drop a like, comment, and hit that hype button to boost this channel so more people can discover these incredible Reddit stories. I'm Julian Carter, and I design buildings for a living. I notice when foundations crack. I notice when structures don't add up, and Emily's lies have more holes than a condemned warehouse. Julian, are you even listening to me? Emily's voice cuts through my thoughts like a circular saw through drywall. She's sitting across from me at Romano's, the overpriced Italian place she insisted on, for our important conversation. Her blonde hair is perfect, her makeup flawless, her expression calculating. Sorry, what were you saying about Derek again? Her fork pauses halfway to her mouth. I wasn't talking about Derek. I was talking about us, about our future. Right, our future. I take a sip of wine and watch her squirm. The one where you work late every Tuesday and Thursday, and Derek just happens to work late the same nights. Don't be ridiculous. But her cheeks flush pink beneath her foundation. Derek is a colleague. We're working on the Morrison case together. The Morrison case closed 3 weeks ago. I know because I designed Morrison's new office building, and he told me himself. But I don't mention this. Not yet. Julian, I need to know where we stand. Emily sets down her fork and leans forward, her lawyer voice kicking in. We've been married for 3 years. We're not getting any younger. I want children. I want a real commitment from you. What kind of commitment? I want us to start a family. I want you to take this marriage seriously. And I want you to propose to me properly this time. I almost laugh. Our wedding was her idea, her planning, her guest list. I showed up in the tux she picked out and said the words she wanted me to say. But apparently, that wasn't enough. You want me to propose? We're already married, Emily. That doesn't count. You never really asked me. You never got down on one knee with a ring and made it romantic. I want that moment. I deserve that moment. She deserves a lot of things. A faithful husband, for starters. Too bad she can't seem to be a faithful wife. And if I don't? Her eyes narrow. Then maybe we need to reconsider this whole arrangement. Maybe I need to find someone who actually wants to be with me. There it is. The ultimatum, the threat, the confirmation of what I already suspected. I reach into my jacket pocket and pull out the small velvet box I brought with me. Emily's eyes widen, her lips part in surprise. The couple at the next table notices and starts whispering. I stand up, walk around to her side of the table and get down on one knee. The restaurant goes quiet. Someone pulls out a phone to record. Emily Carter, I say loudly enough for everyone to hear. After 3 years of marriage, you've made something crystal clear to me tonight. She's beaming now, her hand extended, ready for the ring. I open the box. Inside, instead of a diamond, is a folded piece of paper. I can't give you what you want, I continue, because what you want is someone who doesn't know you're sleeping with Derek Halston. The restaurant erupts in gasps and murmurs. Emily's face goes white, then red, then white again. I unfold the paper and read aloud. Nice sheets, babe. Can't wait to mess them up again. XOXO Derek. I look up at her shocked face. You left your tablet unlocked last night. This was in your messages. Emily lunges for the paper, but I'm already standing, already walking away. Behind me, I hear her voice crack as she tries to explain to the room full of strangers, but the damage is done. The video is already being uploaded. Her perfect image, her carefully constructed reputation, cracking like a foundation in an earthquake. I pay the check on my way out, leaving her to find her own ride home. After all, I'm sure Derek would be happy to pick her up. The house feels different when I get home. Bigger, somehow, like Emily's lies were taking up physical space, and now there's room to breathe. I pour myself a scotch and sit in my home office, looking out at the Victorian we renovated together 3 years ago. The irony isn't lost on me that I designed the perfect home for a woman who can't wait to destroy our marriage in it. My phone buzzes with texts from Emily. 17 of them in the past hour, ranging from furious to pleading to threatening. I delete them all without reading past the first few words. Instead, I open my laptop and start doing what I do best, planning a construction project. Only this time, I'm not building something up. I'm tearing something down. First, I need more evidence. The tablet messages were just the beginning. I walk upstairs to our bedroom and look around with fresh eyes. The bed Derek complimented is still unmade from this morning. Emily's side table has a hotel keycard tucked behind her lamp, not from anywhere we've stayed together. Her jewelry box has a new bracelet I've never seen, definitely not from me. In her closet, I find the gym bag she supposedly uses for her Tuesday and Thursday workout classes. It smells like expensive cologne, not the kind I wear. I photograph everything, methodically documenting each piece of evidence like I'm preparing blueprints. Then I head down to the basement workshop, where I keep my safe. Time to start securing assets. The next morning, Emily's gone before I wake up. No surprise there. She's probably damage controlling with Derek, trying to figure out how much I know. I call my business partner Mark from the office. We've been friends since college, and he's the only person who knows how bad things have gotten with Emily. "Holy shit, Julian," Mark says when he answers. "Please tell me you saw the video." "What video?" "Dude, you're famous. Someone posted the restaurant thing on TikTok. It's got like 50,000 views already. Husband exposes cheating wife's affair in public proposal gone wrong. You're a legend." I pull up the app on my phone. Sure enough, there it is. The video shows everything. My fake proposal, Emily's expectant face, the reveal, her mortification. The comments are brutal. "This is going to destroy her career," I say, though I don't feel as bad about it as I probably should. "Good," Mark replies. "She had it coming. Listen, you need a place to stay?" "Not yet. I'm not leaving the house. Let her figure out where to go." "Smart. Hey, you want some help with whatever you're planning?" Mark knows me well enough to know I'm planning something. I've never been the type to just roll over and take it. "Maybe. Can you do me a favor? Find out everything you can about Derek Halston. Where he lives, what he drives, who he's connected to. I want to know his whole story." "On it. Anything else?" "Yeah. Help me change the locks." We spend the afternoon installing new deadbolts and security cameras. I've always been handy, comes with the architecture territory, but Mark's military background makes him useful for the more technical aspects. By evening, we've turned the house into a fortress. Emily's key won't work anymore, and every entrance is monitored. I'm not trying to keep her out permanently, just long enough to make a point. She shows up around 9 p.m., probably expecting me to be asleep or drunk or wallowing. Instead, she finds me on the front porch with a beer, watching her try to unlock a door that no longer recognizes her key. "Julian!" she shouts when she sees me. "What the hell is this?" "Security upgrade," I call back. "Can't be too careful these days. Lots of untrustworthy people around." She storms up the steps, her heels clicking on the wood like gunshots. "Let me in. This is my house too." "Is it? Because you seem to spend more time at the Marriott downtown, room 412 if I remember correctly." Her face goes pale. "How did you—" "Your credit card statements, Emily. The ones that come to the house. The ones you forgot I handle our finances." She tries to push past me to the door, but I don't move. "You can't lock me out of my own home." "I'm not locking you out. I'm just requiring proper identification. You know, making sure you're not some stranger trying to break into my house and sleep with other men in my bed." The neighbors are starting to notice the commotion. Mrs. Dorsey from next door has her curtains cracked open, definitely watching the show. Fine, Emily hisses. I'll call the police. Go ahead. I'm sure they'd love to hear about your extracurricular activities, especially since Derek's wife might be interested too. Emily freezes. What wife? I smile and take another sip of beer. Did Derek forget to mention her? Interesting. I wonder what else he forgot to tell you. It's a bluff, but her reaction tells me I might be on to something. She's not as confident as she was 5 minutes ago. Let me get some clothes, she says finally. I'll stay somewhere else tonight. Your clothes are in storage, I lie smoothly. For safekeeping. Wouldn't want anything to happen to all those expensive outfits Derek's been buying you. She starts to argue, then seems to realize she's not winning this fight. Not tonight, anyway. This isn't over, Julian. No, I agree. It's not. She stalks back to her BMW and speeds off into the night, probably heading straight to Derek's place to cry on his shoulder and plan their next move. Too bad for them, I'm already 3 steps ahead. The Riverside Arts Festival happens every September in our town, and it's exactly the kind of wholesome community event Emily loves to be seen at. Perfect opportunity for her to rebuild her image after the restaurant incident, which has now spread beyond TikTok to local Facebook groups and the coffee shop gossip circuit. What she doesn't know is that I've spent the last week preparing for this moment. Mark helped me confirm Derek's situation. He is married to a woman named Linda who works as a prosecutor in the county DA's office. She travels frequently for cases, which explains Derek's availability for afternoon hotel visits. More importantly, Derek's been telling Emily he's divorced, a lie that's about to become very useful. I arrive at the festival early, setting up my architecture firm's booth near the main stage. We sponsor this event every year, which gives me legitimate reason to be here and access to all the vendor areas. Emily shows up around noon with Sophie, her best friend and biggest enabler. Sophie runs some kind of lifestyle blog and treats other people's drama like content for her next post. They're both dressed like they're at a country club instead of a small-town festival. But that's Emily for you. Derek arrives separately, smart of them to maintain some distance after the publicity. But I watch him scan the crowd until he spots Emily. He's wearing expensive sunglasses and a polo shirt that probably costs more than most people's rent. Everything about him screams, trying too hard. I wait until they're together at the craft beer tent, thinking they're being subtle, before I make my move. Emily! I call out loudly, walking over with a big smile like we're the happiest couple in town. There you are, honey. Her face goes rigid. Sophie steps closer, probably hoping for drama to livestream. Julian, Emily says through gritted teeth, what are you doing here? Same thing as every year, supporting local business. I turn to Derek with my hand extended. You must be Derek. I've heard so much about you. Derek hesitates before shaking my hand. His grip is firm, probably thinks he's intimidating me. Julian, right? Emily's mentioned you. I bet she has. Thanks for keeping her company while I've been working so much. It's nice to know she has such a dedicated colleague looking out for her. The word colleague hangs in the air like a challenge. People around us are starting to pay attention, probably recognizing us from the viral video. Always happy to help, Derek says, but his voice is strained. I pull out my phone and pretend to check a message. Oh, that's funny. I just got a text from someone named Linda. Says she's looking for her husband Derek at the festival. I look up at him with innocent confusion. You know anyone named Linda, Derek? The red liquid drains from his face. Emily's looking between us, clearly not understanding what's happening. I should go, Derek mutters, but I step slightly to block his path. Don't leave on my account. I was just about to thank you properly for all your help with my wife. Really, I can't express how grateful I am. I reach into my pocket and pull out a hotel key card, the one I found in Emily's room, and press it into Derek's chest. You left this at my house. Wouldn't want you to lose it. The crowd around us has grown quiet. Sophie has her phone out, definitely recording. Emily's face is cycling through about 6 different emotions. This is the Marriott downtown, I continue, loud enough for everyone to hear. Room 412. Funny thing about hotel key cards, they have timestamps on them. This one shows access last Tuesday at 2:47 p.m. Same time Emily was supposed to be in court, according to her calendar. Derek tries to hand the key card back, but I've already stepped away. Keep it, I say cheerfully. I'm sure you'll have use for it again. Though you might want to check with Linda first. You know, your wife, the prosecutor. I'm sure she'd love to hear about your business trips. Derek finally pushes past me and disappears into the crowd. Emily stands there like a deer in headlights, Sophie still filming, the festival goers whispering and pointing. Julian, Emily starts, but I'm already walking away. Enjoy the festival, honey, I call back. I'm sure Sophie will help you explain everything to everyone. I spend the rest of the afternoon at my booth, watching from a distance as Emily tries to do damage control. Sophie's already posted the video to her Instagram story. Emily's phone is buzzing constantly, probably colleagues and friends who've seen the footage. By evening, Emily's left the festival entirely. But Derek's still here, drinking heavily at the beer tent and getting increasingly agitated. Perfect. I wait until he's alone, then approach one more time. Derek, buddy, you look upset. Everything okay? He spins around, beer sloshing out of his cup. You son of a jerk. You think you're clever? I think I'm married to a woman you've been sleeping with in my bed. But hey, who's keeping score? He steps closer, trying to intimidate me with his gym-built frame. You don't know what you're messing with. Sure I do. I'm messing with a married man who's been lying to his wife and his girlfriend. Question is, which one of you is going to tell Linda the truth? You or me? Derek's hand clenches into a fist, but we're in public with dozens of witnesses. He's not stupid enough to take a swing. This isn't over, he growls. You're right, I agree. It's not. He storms off toward the parking area. I follow at a distance, curious to see what kind of car a finance bro drives. Turns out it's a black BMW coupe, probably leased, definitely overpriced. Too bad someone's going to accidentally key it tonight. Derek's car looks like it went through a blender. I didn't do it myself, that would be too obvious, but I may have mentioned to some of Emily's former friends where it was parked and how upset I was about the whole situation. Amazing how quickly people turn on someone when they realize they've been lied to. Emily's been staying at Sophie's apartment since the festival, but that arrangement is getting strained. Sophie loves drama, but only when she's not directly involved in the fallout. Having Emily camp on her couch while dodging angry phone calls from Derek's wife is apparently less fun than she expected. I know this because Mrs. Dorsey, our neighbor, has become an unexpected ally. Turns out she never liked Emily much and has been documenting the comings and goings at our house for months. She has photos of Derek's car in our driveway, timestamps of Emily leaving at odd hours, even a video of Derek sneaking out our back door one morning. I always knew that girl was trouble, Mrs. Dorsey tells me over coffee in her kitchen, sliding a manila envelope across the table. Too pretty, too ambitious, too eager to trade up. You're better off without her. The photos are damning. There's Derek carrying an overnight bag into our house, Emily in workout clothes at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, getting into Derek's car instead of going to the gym, the two of them kissing on our front steps while I was supposedly at work. Why didn't you tell me sooner? I ask. Mrs. Dorsey shrugs. Wasn't my business. But after that stunt at the restaurant and the way she's been treating you, well, a man has a right to know what's happening in his own home. I make copies of everything and store the originals in my safe. Evidence for the divorce proceedings if it comes to that. But first, I have other plans. Mark helps me set up the next phase. We've discovered that Derek works for an investment firm downtown, the kind of place where reputation is everything. His boss is a family values conservative who donates heavily to local churches and runs his company like it's 1955. We also found Derek's social media profiles, which paint a picture of a devoted husband and family man. Lots of photos with Linda at charity events, posts about their anniversary, comments about looking forward to starting a family soon. The cognitive dissonance is breathtaking. "This guy's living a complete double life," Mark observes as we scroll through Derek's Instagram. How did Emily not see this? She saw what she wanted to see. Rich guy, nice car, expensive dinners. She didn't ask too many questions. "So what's the plan?" I pull out my laptop and start typing. "We're going to help Derek tell the truth. To everyone." The email I compose is a masterpiece of passive-aggressive professionalism. I send it from a dummy account to Derek's work email, his wife's office, and about 20 of their mutual friends and colleagues. Subject: clarification regarding Derek Halston's marital status. The message is simple, just the photos Mrs. Dorsey took, with timestamps and locations, along with a polite note explaining that there seems to be some confusion about Derek's availability and suggesting that his wife Linda might want to clarify the situation. I hit send at 9 a.m. on a Wednesday, right when everyone's checking their morning emails. The response is immediate and spectacular. Derek calls me within an hour, screaming profanities and threats. I let it go to voicemail, then forward the recording to his boss with a note about workplace harassment. Linda calls next. She's surprisingly calm, probably her prosecutor training kicking in. "Mr. Carter, I received your email. I'd like to speak with you about the evidence you've collected." We meet at a coffee shop downtown. Linda is nothing like Emily. Practical clothes, no makeup, all business. She spreads the photos across the table like case files. "How long has this been going on?" she asks. "At least 3 months that I can prove. Probably longer." She nods, making notes in a legal pad. "Derek told me he was working late on a big merger. Said he might need to travel more for client meetings. The Marriott downtown isn't exactly a business trip." "No, it's not." She closes the notepad and looks at me directly. "I'm filing for divorce. I'll need copies of all this evidence for my attorney." "Of course. I'm sorry you had to find out this way." "I'm not. Better to know the truth." She pauses. "What about your wife? What about her? Are you divorcing her?" It's a good question. One I've been avoiding thinking about too carefully. "I haven't decided yet. Right now, I'm just focused on making sure everyone knows the truth about what happened." Linda smiles for the first time since we sat down. "Derek's been fired, by the way. His boss called this morning. Apparently, using company resources for personal affairs violates their morality clause." "That's unfortunate." "Yes, it is. For him." She gathers up the photos and stands to leave. "Mr. Carter, if you need any legal advice about your own situation, I know some excellent divorce attorneys." "I'll keep that in mind." After she leaves, I sit in the coffee shop for another hour, watching people hurry past the windows. Normal people with normal problems, not dealing with cheating spouses and public humiliation and revenge plots. But I'm not normal people anymore. I'm a man who's been pushed too far, and I'm just getting started. My phone buzzes with a text from Emily. "We need to talk. Meet me at the house tonight." I text back, "Your key doesn't work anymore, remember?" "Then let me in, please. This has gone far enough." I consider it for about 30 seconds, then reply, "Fine, 7 p.m. Come alone." Time for the next phase. Emily shows up at exactly 7 p.m., which surprises me. Punctuality was never her strong suit, but I guess desperation has a way of sharpening focus. She's dressed down for once, jeans and a sweater instead of her usual power suit, and she looks tired. Good. I let her in through the front door, noting how she hesitates on the threshold like she's entering a stranger's house. In a way, she is. This isn't her sanctuary anymore. It's my territory now. "The place looks different," she says, glancing around the living room. I've rearranged things since she left, moved her photos to storage, replaced her decorative touches with my own preferences. It's subtle, but unmistakable. This is my house now. "Coffee?" I offer, playing the gracious host. "Sure," We sit at the kitchen table where we used to eat breakfast together, back when we pretended to be happy. The silence stretches between us like a chasm. Julian, I know you're angry. Do you? Do you really know that? I interrupt. Because from where I'm sitting, it seems like you don't know much of anything. Like the fact that Derek's married, or that his wife is a prosecutor, or that he just lost his job because of your little affair. Emily's face crumples. I didn't know about Linda. He told me he was divorced. And you believed him, just like that. No questions asked. He seemed honest. He seemed rich, I correct. He seemed like an upgrade from the architect husband who actually loved you. She starts crying then, real tears that smear her makeup and make her nose red. Part of me wants to comfort her, the part that remembers 3 years of marriage and genuine affection. But that part is getting smaller every day. I made a mistake, she whispers. I know that now. But we can fix this. We can go to counseling, work through it. Work through what, exactly? The lying, the cheating, the fact that you gave me an ultimatum to propose properly while you were sleeping with another man in our bed? I ended it with Derek, after the festival, after everything came out. It's over. Because he got caught, because his wife found out, because he lost his job, not because you realized what you were doing was wrong. She wipes her eyes with the back of her hand. I realized I love you. I realized I don't want to lose you. Funny timing. Julian, please, I'm begging you. Give me another chance. I study her face, looking for sincerity beneath the desperation. Maybe it's there. Maybe she really does regret what she did, but it doesn't matter anymore. Emily, do you remember what you said to me at Romano's? About reconsidering our arrangement? About finding someone who actually wanted to be with you? She nods miserably. Well, congratulations. You found him, and you lost him, and now you want to come back to your backup plan. That's exactly what this is. Derek was your first choice until he turned out to be a fraud. Now you're stuck with the boring architect husband who pays the mortgage and doesn't ask too many questions. That's not true, isn't it? When's the last time you said you loved me without wanting something? When's the last time you chose to spend time with me instead of making excuses to be somewhere else? She opens her mouth to answer, then closes it. We both know she can't. I want to try, she says finally. I want to make this work. Why? Because you love me? Or because your other options fell through? Both. Neither. I don't know. She's getting frustrated now, her lawyer instincts kicking in. Does it matter why? Can't we just move forward? It matters to me. She stands up abruptly, pacing to the window. Fine. You want the truth? Yes. Derek seemed exciting. Yes, he had money and status and made me feel special. Yes, I thought maybe I deserved better than this. She gestures around the kitchen. But I was wrong. I see that now. You see that Derek was a liar and a fraud. That's not the same as seeing that you were wrong. What do you want me to say, Julian? That I'm sorry? I'm sorry? That I was stupid? I was stupid. That I'll do anything to fix this? I will. I want you to leave. The words hang in the air between us. Emily stares at me like I've slapped her. What? I want you to pack whatever you need and find somewhere else to live. Permanently. You can't be serious. I'm completely serious. This marriage is over, Emily. It was over the moment you decided to give me an ultimatum while sleeping with another man. But I ended it. I chose you. No, you didn't. Derek's situation ended it. His wife ended it. His boss ended it. You didn't choose anything, you just ran out of options. She starts crying again, harder this time. Please don't do this. I love you. I really do love you. Maybe you do, but it's not enough anymore. What about forgiveness? What about second chances? What about consequences? What about the fact that you broke something that can't be fixed? She sinks back into her chair, defeated. So that's it? 3 years of marriage and you're just throwing it away? I'm not throwing anything away, Emily. You already did that. We sit in silence for a long time. Outside, Mrs. Dorsey is watering her garden, probably straining to hear our conversation through the window. Where am I supposed to go? Emily asks eventually. That's not my problem anymore. Julian. No. I stand up, ending the conversation. We're done here. Get your things and go. She looks around the kitchen one last time like she's memorizing it. Then she nods and walks upstairs to pack. An hour later, she's gone. The house feels empty but not lonely. Clean, like after a good renovation when you've torn out all the rotted wood and started fresh. I pour myself a drink and sit on the front porch, watching the sunset paint the sky orange and pink. Mrs. Dorsey waves from her garden. Everything all right, dear? She calls over. Everything's perfect, I call back. And for the first time in months, I actually mean it. 3 weeks later, I'm at Riley's bar with Mark, celebrating the finalization of my divorce papers. Emily didn't contest anything, probably too embarrassed by the public nature of her affair to drag it out in court. She gets her car and her clothes. I get everything else. So what now? Mark asks, raising his beer. Back to the dating scene? God, no. I'm going to enjoy being single for a while. Focus on work, maybe travel. You earned it, man. The way you handled that whole situation, it was like watching a masterclass in strategic revenge. I prefer to think of it as applied justice. Riley, the bartender and our old high school friend, leans over the bar. Speaking of justice, did you guys see the news about Derek? We shake our heads. He's working at a car dealership now, used cars. His wife took him for everything in the divorce, and word is he can't get hired anywhere in finance after what happened. Mark grins. Karma's a beautiful thing. What about Emily? Riley asks. Anyone know what she's up to? I haven't kept close tabs on my ex-wife, but small towns have a way of making information flow freely. She's working at a smaller firm across town, took a big pay cut, lost most of her social circle when the affair came out. Good, Mark says firmly. Actions have consequences. We drink in comfortable silence for a while, watching the baseball game on TV. It's peaceful, normal, everything my life wasn't for those chaotic months. My phone buzzes with a text from an unknown number. I almost ignore it, but something makes me check. Julian, it's Emily. I know you probably don't want to hear from me, but I wanted you to know I'm leaving town, taking a job in Portland, starting over. I'm sorry for everything. You deserved better. E. I stare at the message for a long moment, then delete it without responding. Some conversations are finished, and this one ended weeks ago in our kitchen. Everything okay? Mark asks. Yeah, just someone from the past trying to say goodbye. You going to respond? Nope, some doors are meant to stay closed. Riley refills our beers without being asked. You know what I always wondered about that whole situation? How did you stay so calm through all of it? If that was me, I would have lost my shit way earlier. I consider the question. I guess I learned something about myself. I'm not the kind of person who explodes. I'm the kind of person who plans. And when someone pushes me too far, I don't get mad. I get even. Remind me never to cross you, Mark jokes. Just don't sleep with my wife and we'll be fine. Deal. We finish our drinks and head out into the cool evening air. The town looks different now, like I'm seeing it with fresh eyes. The same streets, the same buildings, but I'm not the same person who walked them 6 months ago. You want to ride home? Mark offers. Nah, I'll walk. It's a nice night. I take the long way back to my house, past the park where the arts festival happened, past Romano's restaurant where this whole thing started, past the coffee shop where I met with Linda to plan Derek's downfall. Each location holds a memory now, a piece of the story that transformed me from a trusting husband into someone who knows exactly what he's capable of when pushed. The house is dark when I arrive, but it doesn't feel empty anymore. It feels like mine. Really mine, for the first time since Emily and I bought it together. I sit on the front steps and look up at the stars, thinking about second chances and forgiveness and all the things Emily asked for in our final conversation. Maybe some people deserve those things. Maybe some mistakes can be forgiven and forgotten. But some betrayals cut too deep. Some lies reveal too much about a person's character. Some actions have consequences that can't be undone, no matter how sorry someone claims to be afterward. Emily made her choice when she decided I wasn't enough for her. She made it again when she gave me an ultimatum while sleeping with another man. She made it a third time when she only came back to me after her other option disappeared. I made my choice too. I chose to fight back. I chose to expose the truth. I chose to protect myself and rebuild my life on my own terms. Mrs. Dorsey's porch light flickers on, and she steps outside to collect her newspaper. "Beautiful night," she calls over. "Yes, it is," I agree. "You seem happy, Julian. Really happy." "I am, Mrs. Dorsey, I really am." She smiles and heads back inside. I sit on the steps for a few more minutes, enjoying the quiet and the solitude and the satisfaction of a job well done. Emily's affair was supposed to be my humiliation, my failure, my loss. Instead, it became my liberation. She thought she was trading up, finding someone better, leaving me behind. But in the end, she lost everything: her marriage, her reputation, her friends, her job, her lover, while I gained something invaluable: the knowledge that I'm stronger than I thought, smarter than people assumed, and capable of protecting myself when the people I trust decide to destroy me. Derek learned that lying has consequences. Emily learned that betrayal has a price, and I learned that sometimes the best revenge isn't getting mad or getting even. Sometimes the best revenge is simply refusing to be a victim. I stand up, brush off my jeans, and head inside to my house, my sanctuary, my fresh start. Tomorrow I'll wake up in my own bed, in my own home, with my own life stretching out ahead of me like a blueprint waiting to be built. And for the first time in years, I can't wait to see what I'll create next.